Let's go!
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing some Mario Kart 9 predictions. First up is the roster. So here we have all of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe roster characters. Yeah, first of all, we're taking out Mario, first of all. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh no, why Mario? But we need Hatless Mario. Now we're going to take out Metal Mario. And instead of Metal Mario, we're putting in Cappy. Cappy's the series' new character. I think he could probably drive the car pretty easily. Cappy is one of my favorite characters. Next, we're taking out Pink, Gold, and Peach. Metal Mario and Pink, Gold, and Peach just aren't the best characters in the series. And then replacing Pink, Gold, and Peach with Nabbit. Nabbit is one of my most favorite characters. He's the most mysterious character. We don't know much about him. Now we're taking out Baby Rosalina. She doesn't take place in any game. I'm putting in Kirby instead of Baby Rosalina. Kirby, if they have Splatoon characters in mind, they should have Kirby in there too. Next up, we're putting colored Toads in, so they can be with Red Toad. They have Shy Guy and Yoshi with different colors, but I feel like Toad needs different colors too. Next up, we're taking Baby Peach and Baby Daisy out. These guys are pretty good characters, and we're putting in Pianta and Mr. L and instead of them, because I do think that Baby Peach and Baby Daisy are good characters, and Baby Mario and Baby Luigi take place in more games, and they're just simply more likable characters. Because how can they be the princess if Princess Peach and Princess Daisy and Princess Rosalina are already princesses? Next up, we're taking out Lakitu for Pac-Man. Same reasons for Pac-Man as we're putting in Kirby, but Lakitu, how can there be two Lakitus on the field? And lastly, we are taking out that one character that was right over there and putting in Funky Kong. For some reason, in Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they didn't have Donkey Kong's friends in there. Usually they have at least one of Donkey Kong's friends in there in the most recent games, but they did not in Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart 7. So Funky Kong has to come back. Diddy Kong can come back, but I don't think that Diddy Kong will be back because Diddy Kong just isn't as cool. So there will be additional characters later on in the video. Yes. Part 2 is the items. So these are items that are new, and I will be taking out 3 items from the last game. So here we have the coins, single, double, and triple banana, single, double, and triple of both kinds of shells, blue spiny shell, single, double, and triple mushrooms, golden mushroom, fire flower, boomerang flower, bomb, piranha plant, blooper, star, lightning bolt, bullet bill, super horn, 8 item, boo, super leaf, the police piranhas, and the rest of those are duplicates. So those are the items from the last ones. First up, we're taking away the police piranhas and the 8, because you can't have an 8 in Mario Kart 9, and the police piranhas were only released in the Piranha Plant Battle Mode in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and we're putting in a 9 instead of the 8 because it's Mario Kart 9. First off is our first new item, the P-Switch. The P-Switch is a pretty common item in the new Super Mario Bros. Series. I do like this item a lot because it turns all the coins into blocks. I made the whole level in Super Mario Maker based off of running through the P-Switch. So here we have Lakitu holding a P-Switch. And you can obviously tell that I added that P-Switch in there. Oh, he hits the P-Switch, and then the coin right there turned into a block. So even though there is coins on the track, the coins in the air will also turn into blocks. If you're flying, you can get rid of the blocks, but if you're on the ground, you cannot. The propeller block from the Super Mario 3D Land and World games. Just like in the games, you can go up high. It will be like the Super Leaf. I mean, your character will have a propeller block on his head. It'll be like the Super Leaf in that you go up, except you can use it 3 times instead of 1. I've always liked this item in Super Mario 3D Land. It's pretty cool. I like how you can do a lot with it. Next up is the P-Wing. The P-Wing is from Super Mario Bros. 3. I like this item a lot, actually. This item's pretty cool. So there was a P-Wing car that will not be available in Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 9. So you will have that car with that item. Next up is a ghost from Pac-Man. I mean, with Pac-Man in the game, you gotta give him some kind of item. King Boo. King Boo will be like the regular Boo, except he'll be able to steal 2 items instead of 1, and he'll be invisible for longer. Next up is the wing cap block. Just like in Super Mario 64, you'll be able to fly around. It'll basically be like the hang glider, except you don't have a cart with you, actually. I think it's a cool item that will be really helpful to some players as they go along the races. I like this item a lot. I think it'd be really cool to actually have in a Mario game instead of just a Mario Kart game instead of just Mario 64. Next up is the poison flower and the poison mushroom. The poison flower would be like the regular fire flower, except you would be able to have it for twice as long. And the poison mushroom would be like the lightning cloud from Mario Kart Wii. Next up is the Splatoon blaster. The Splatoon blaster, this would be like the fire flower and the poison flower, but if you get hit with it, you shrink down to size and have to get respawned by Lakitu. So it'd basically be like falling off the cliff, but you have only 3/4 of the time that you do with the fire flower, which would be not very much of the time you have with the poison flower. So our new items is the P-Switch, the 9, the propeller block, the P-Wing, the Pac-Man Ghost. The Pac-Man Ghost would be like a red shell, would be like a green shell, except it can go. It would be like a red shell, except it can't get hit by fake item boxer and stuff like that. Part 3 is modes. Modes are serious fun if they have the correct modes. Mario Kart 8 had terrible battle mode. They really need to fix their battle mode in this game. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe fixed this problem, but Mario Kart 8 did not really have it good. So the single player modes would be Grand Prix, with the courses that you'll see later. Time trials, you get to race normally with the courses that you'll see. Versus race, it's basically like Grand Prix, except you can pick the number, and battle mode will be with courses that you see later. Multiplayer, same modes except for time trials, and Grand Prix will be more like the first 3 games, more like the first game, because you only have a certain amount of lives to finish the course with, to finish the cup with. If you lose a level in 6th to 12th, then you will lose. I think online mode could be a little better than it was in Mario Kart 8 and all the previous games, but so this is how it was in Mario Kart 8. They had a roulette, and there was spin, and the person that landed on their course would be the one that it had. But I think in Mario Kart 9, they should change it up a bit. So there is 6 Electrodromes, 3 Dragon Driftways, and 3 Ribbon Roads. Since there's the most Electrodromes, that would be the one that would be picked. And there should be a more cool loading screen, like it's just then characters on the globe. Why don't they have some cool racing place that they're at instead of just on top of the globe? But I think they could have it better. Mario Kart Wii had lots of different options. I think you should have different options for online mode, like tournaments and stuff like that. But next up is additional characters. Additional characters will be characters that are added onto the roster. List characters that you also think should be in the roster for this in the comments below. But yeah, I think that this would be a cool game if they have all these suggestions that I've put in. Alright, so here we have the roster before I changed it. Adding. So a new character would be Cosmic Clone. Cosmic Clone is a cool guy that I think should be in a Mario Kart game. Kamek was supposed to be in Mario Kart 64, but ended up not being in it. So I think that should be in Mario Kart 9 and finally earn the spot. Hammer Bro. Mario doesn't just race with friends, as you can tell in like the main bottom half of the roster. Not many of those are his friends. There's 2 whole lines that are his enemies. Mario, Hammer Bro is a really cool guy. He can't throw his hammers because that'd be cheating. Hammer Bro also features in some other sport games. Appears in Mario Strikers. I actually don't think he'll be in Mario Tennis Aces for the Nintendo Switch, but I definitely think he should. Hammer Bro deserves a spot in Mario Kart for the first time. Mecha Troopa. I'm not sure about Mecha Troopa. Let us in the comments below whether you think he should be an item or a character, because I don't think he can race with no hands, but Cappy can race. The Cappy is more of a cool character. Mecha Troopa is a cool character and should be able to race. Next up is Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon is a pretty cool character in the Nintendo games. He likes racing. Like, they have him in Nintendo Land as a racing game. So, he is a cool character if he's that into racing. Next up is Sprixie Fairies. Sprixie Fairies, you'd be able to play with all 7 of them, and they could add a new Sprixie Fairy. These guys were only appeared in Super Mario 3D World. I don't know why Mario was trying to catch them, but next up is Charging Chuck. These guys obviously like sports if he's decked out in football gear all the time. Next up is Paratroopa. I don't know why he was taken away from the game after Mario Kart Double Dash. I guess he had to appear with Koopa Troopa because, all that. But Tanuki Luigi, if Tanuki Mario is in it, Tanuki Luigi has to be in it. Tanuki Luigi would actually be cool because it's not just Mario. He'll be in it, Yearmos from Mario Galaxy games. I don't know how much to say about these guys, but I think it'd be cool to get the card. Piranha is a super cool character, and I think that he'd be cool in Mario Kart 9. These guys gotta come back. If you need those suits, you don't have to need ones, but I feel like we should be able to look like a character from Mario. So, if you have added Cosmic Clone, Hammer Bro, Captain Troopa, Captain Falcon, Sprixie Fairy, Paratroopa, Charging Chuck, me, Yearmos, Piranha, and Tanuki Luigi. Please tell me if you have any concerns about those, and so you can choose should be a character or a item. Next up is the battle courses. Battle courses is a big problem in Mario Kart 8. They fixed it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is basically just a remake of Mario Kart 8. It's called Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Alright, so retro courses. Tilt-A-Kart from Mario Kart from the GameCube. Tilt-A-Kart's a cool course. I like how it's like Mario. There's one of the courses that's pretty hard. Battle Course 3 from the SNES. I like how this is like Vanilla Lake themed. That's why they included it in there, but I like the course. It's pretty cool. I think they could add different graphics, but next up is Battle Course 2 from GameCube Advance. Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance has one of the best games. It's pretty cool. And Nintendo DS from Mario Kart DS. This has always been my favorite course. I do think that they could make the buttons like rise up though, and like you can do jumps off the buttons. This is the only course that they've actually made a stage off of the system. And obviously it has Mario Kart DS pulled up and everything, so courses for retro, add more suggestions in there. And now the Nitro, the Pac-Man maze. I do think the Pac-Man maze would be really cool. Hype Plaza type thing for one of the Nitro courses. Because Hype Plaza, I think Hype Plaza was a retro course in the Mario Kart DS. I'll have to check on that, but comment below whether Hype Plaza was a retro course or if it was a new course. I'm pretty sure that it was retro, but anyways, Nitro courses still. A course like Skyscraper. Skyscraper's really fun. Another Nitro course could be one like Daisy Circuit from Mario Kart Wii, and one like Mushroom Gorge from Mario Kart Wii. Daisy Circuit would be like Block Plaza, and Mushroom Gorge would be like Mushroom Gorge. There'd be lots of mushrooms, but we're not bringing back Mario Kart. But I'm just saying that these courses would be cool. Alright. Next part is the retro courses. These will be the base courses for Time Trials, Grand Prix, and Versus mode. Yes, I do know that, I have banana and leaf cup messed up. But I think that they could switch it around for once. In the Shell Cup, we have Sunset Wilds, Royal Stadium, Waha Loop, and Ghost Valley 1. These courses are all pretty cool. They're all medium level courses. They're not too hard, they're not too easy. They're all cool courses, I think. Next up in the Leaf Court Cup is the Middle Lake 1, DK Summit, Toad Harbor, Toad Circuit. I like all these courses. DK Summit especially. I don't know. But these courses are all pretty cool for retro courses. So for number 1, I actually think they could really make it better. In the Banana Cup, we have Mushroom City, Cloud Top 2, Marcus Castle 2, and Mario Circuit. These courses are all like pretty medium level. I don't know about Mushroom City, but I think that it's a pretty cool course. Cloud Top Cruise, I mean, it's iffy. Bowser's Castle 2, it's okay. Mario Circuit's pretty cool. American Cup, Moonview Highway, Vanilla Lake 2, and Rainbow Road. Yeah, I know I use both Vanilla Lakes, but I think I can make them really hard. GBA Rainbow Road would be for a Master Hard course that, would be a mixture of different sides and turns and parts of different retro courses. So, next part is Nitro courses. The Nitro courses, I like Nitro courses. I like making suggestions. So we have Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, Star Cup, and Special Cup. In the Mushroom Cup, we have Mario Circuit, Koopa Cavern, Nintendo Valley, and Lights Out Swamp. I like the idea for a Nintendo Valley course. It'd be like the Nintendo DS battle course. It'd be cool. In the Flower Cup, we have Toad Raceway, Wario Arena, Bowser Jr.'s Playhouse, and Luigi's Mansion is already used in different games, but, it won't be the exact same as the DS. And the GameCube version was a battle course that they used in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, in the Star Cup we have Peach's Castle, Soda Jungle Swamp, Clear Desert, and Luigi Circuit. Mario Kart 7 Mario Circuit did feature part of Peach's Castle, but I think, of course, entirely in Peach's Castle would be cool. Soda Jungle Swamp and Clear Desert would be like the places in New Super Mario Bros. Luigi's Circuit would be another circuit like Mario Circuit. In the Special Cup, we have Koopa Island, Bowser's Dreamship, Bowser's Castle, and the one, the only, the Master Hard, the longest course in the entire game, Rainbow Road. Yes, there you have it. All the courses, battle courses, all the different modes, characters, and stuff in the entire game. I will be making a part 2 eventually, but this is all for now because this video is getting to be 23 minutes long. So tell me what you think about my suggestions and predictions in the comments. The comments will be open for everybody to use. This video was made by Sawtooth. Please know when it's on the video, the music is by Julia Music and Data Page. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like this video. See you guys later.